Hi everybody, welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. It's me, Angela, here in my sewing room. We're going to talk about three things today. One, I had an idea at lunch about these quarter square triangles that I'm having these issues with. So we're going to try and deal with that. And I'm going to try and get this camera to do what I'd like it to do today. Number two, I need a suggestion on an article of clothing that I'm having an issue with, and I'm wondering if I could just take out a piece of elastic. I'll tell you about it later. And then number three, we are going to start. We're just going to start the discussion. Oh, for heaven's sake. Here. I got it this weekend. I got it. I'm gonna make mini, okay. Some of you have doggies. I heard something the other day I'm gonna share with you that I absolutely love. It said, our dogs, or our pets, are like our children. But when they were sent to us, there wasn't a human body that they could fit into. And so God covered them in soft fur and sent them to us that way. It is. She's like my little girl. Oh, I just love that dog. Okay, anyway. Whenever Minnie goes, like most dogs, you know, when you take them to the groomers or whatever, they come back with a little bandana on, right? Or a bow. They used to put bows in her hair. She hates bows in her hair. She hates them. She only tolerates the bandanas for about an hour or two after she gets home. And then she acts like she's being strangled, which she's not. But anyway, so I don't know that I have all of her bandanas from every time she's ever been bathed. Probably not for 7 years or 8 years. But I have a lot. And it wasn't until we made the Father's Day pillow that I thought I got an idea of something that I could make with some of the bandanas. So that's what we're going to look at today. I thought I would make a small pillow for Minnie. And now here's what I'm thinking. If I make a small, and you can't see my face and you're just staring at my, we've come off the rails today. It would smell like her. And so I think she would really like that. A little pillow for Minnie. So I was thinking kind of in the spirit of the heart pillow that we did for Father's Day. You know, with the ties. And like some of these fabrics, it kind of works because I have, you know, some they've used more than once, but like some purple. So I don't want to use all of them in this. Someday I'd like to make a little quilt with all of the rest of her bandanas. But I thought a pillow with some might be kind of fun. And so I was thinking, the issue that I've always had is that the bandanas are cut on, they're cut usually on a triangle, but not all the same. So I was thinking, you know, we could kind of use that same heart mentality and do like that. And maybe, gosh, this one was big. Do some, she's 8 pounds. Something like that. A little piece like this. And then I figured what I would do is basically the same concept that we did with the ties and the heart. Is we're going to draw ourselves a heart shape, right? And attach these on, and then we're going to trim it off. Okay? So I love that idea. That I was sitting here thinking about what I wanted to work on today. And I want to get the butterflies. A bunch of people were asking about the butterflies quilt, and no, it's not done. And yes, I'm going to work on it this weekend. So I thought I really got to spend some time on that this weekend because I really want to get that finished. Or at least get the bulk of the top done before I start our petals quilt next week. So, tomorrow and Sunday on our live, I am going to work on the butterflies quilt. So hopefully that is of some interest to you and you would like to spend some time working on that with me, whether or not you're sewing one, or you just want to watch, or you have stuff you want to chat about. That's what I'm thinking about for Saturday and Sunday is I really want to get the butterflies done. So I'm just kind of forewarning you that if you show up tomorrow or Sunday, that's what we're going to be working on. And then I think that we will do some of the layout for, get this I'll get the heart cut for this, and we'll see, what we need to add or subtract or whatever. So that's the plan for that. Okay. So we've now covered the butterflies quilt and the bandana's pillow, the doggy pillow, which I think is going to be a really fun project. And once we get it all kind of finalized, laid out, maybe we will write up a pattern for it so that you guys can make one with your doggy's bandanas or stuff from your dog. A lot of people have, Minnie hates to wear her clothes. In the wintertime, no matter how cold it is, she just hates it. So, she acts like suddenly she is a paraplegic. If it's really, really cold and I put little pajamas on her, she suddenly does this. Like she can't walk, and it's just pajamas. It's not, come on. So, yeah. Okay, I had an idea last night, or actually this morning, I think in the shower, about part of the issue with this quarter square triangle that we're having trouble sizing up. I know how to square a block. I don't know why this one's giving me such fits. Until I had this, I had an idea. So we're going to test my theory a little bit. And I'm just going to use some scraps from this fabric here that I had. And I'm going to cut 4.5 inch. Oh, I hope this is long enough. It's just. Okay, so I'm going to cut some, let's do this side because it doesn't have to be pressed. I'm going to cut some 4.5 inch squares, and I'm going to cut the squares and I'm just going to use so that we have the contrast. I'm going to use the white side, the wrong side, and the right side. And that's how we'll create the contrast for that quarter square triangles. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay. Now, let's go to the sewing machine and let's sew this. It's a very similar day today. It was quite sunny and blue skies and hot. Oh my goodness, hot. Okay, so let's put this down. Let's go back to a straight stitch. And we're just gonna sew, oh no, that's right. We gotta flip it. Okay, so we're gonna sew, I have to draw a line on this one. I can't do it without the line. Okay, so we're gonna do, there's a piece of loose bobbin thread because I think there's a bobbin that just slipped over the back of the machine. And there's a piece of thread that's sitting here and it keeps rubbing my arm and I keep thinking that it's some sort of like a spider or something. And it's just... Okay, so we're going to put the little red laser on 1/4 inch, and we're going to sew on either sides of the center, okay? Okay. All right, now we're going to cut on the line, right? We're making 1/4 square triangle. We are, after I'm done with this, we're going to get a Dodge for a little bit for the afternoon and just take a little drive. We just need a little windshield time. Oh, I did this wrong. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, now we're going to nest these two back together, right? So we're going to nest the seams there. And we're going to sew down the other way, right? Okay. You get it? Hang on. Okay. That's better. Wasn't quite laying down. Okay. Now, let's do the same thing again. And draw a line down the center. And I do want to say a special thank you to everybody who's been so encouraging on this 1/4 square triangle debacle. Because it's been driving me bananas. Steve's like, why can't you get it? I'm like, I don't know. Until I think I figured out what may be the issue. This may not be the issue. It may have absolutely nothing to do with it, but we're going to see in a minute. Okay, and now we're going to sew down a 1/4 inch from the drawn line. All right. Come back to the table. Okay. Now, cut along the line. And we should end up with a 4-parter. Okay? So we have this now. All right. Now, let's press her flat. Oh. So this little top that I'm wearing, this little polo shirt that I'm wearing, it's got this weird elastic thing, this a weird little elastic gathering thing in the back. And I still love the shirt, but the way that it gathers, because I have long legs, I'm longer leg than torso, right? I'm not short torso, or maybe I have a long torso and shorter legs, or maybe I'm just right proportionate the way I should be. This thing always, it kind of gathers at the wrong place, and so it's always scooting up my back, and it just looks all right. I'm thinking if I go from the inside and just kind of snip out so that I don't damage the actual front of the shirt and just snip out the elastic, it would just relax and I could just have a normal shirt. I don't know why I felt the need to speak that out loud, but now it all makes sense in my head. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of sugar at lunch. Not gonna lie. There was just a shave of this chocolatey pie thing left. All right, now let's get our little ruler here, and let's see if I'm right. So let's just take the first side. We're gonna go to 3 1/4 there. And, whoops. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay, we're on 3 1/2 there, and we're on 3 1/2 there. Well, it doesn't matter, because we're on 3 1/2 right here, okay? So, that's on there, there's 3 1/2. Cut, and cut. Okay, so, first side is done, right? Right. I moved it to 3 1/2, right there, and cut and cut. Now this side is square. Now, okay, and okay, and now we're going to square this side. So we're going to take this, all right, let's see if this is right. That's 3 1/2. There's really nothing on top. It didn't cut totally square. I think I'm almost there, but it's still not. Oh crap, where did I just sit? What did I just do? So now, put this one, 3.5. Three and a half. I'll tell you what doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense why I'm struggling with this. It just doesn't. And it also doesn't make any sense why that would be off the center. I don't get it. I don't understand. I've never had, at least I don't think I've ever had like this much trouble with something. And I don't want to use those batik squares. I really want to use something that I'm not that worried about. But here was my thought. I have some black scrap on the floor that we're going to use. Here was my theory when I just did that little experiment. My theory was, and I think I'm almost correct, my theory was that she started with blocks that were too big. And she's going from too big to too small. She's trying to take almost 2 inches from the starting block. She wants to start at 5.5, and she wants to end at 3.5. And my theory is that that's too big. That's part of why it's not working. And so I thought, well, if I start at 4.5, which I still think should work. Okay, we're going to try it one more time. Actually, this is a 4-inch block. We're going to try it with 4 inches. We're going to try and start at 4 inches. I don't know if my theory is right. Those of you that have been doing this a lot longer than me can chime in, unless you're tired of the quarter square triangle debate. But tomorrow, get your Doggie t-shirts or Doggie clothes or Doggie bandanas. Start pulling those out, because I think that this little Doggie heart pillow is going to be really, really sweet. And this is, in fact, the last time I'm going to do this. At least for you guys, because I just can't. I can't imagine anybody. Whoops. I can't imagine anyone wants to watch this. Okay. All right, here we go. I think this last time, it was just too sloppy. I did them too fast and too sloppy, and when I was trying to cut it, I don't know if you could see, but none of the lines were straight, and it was too small to start trying to, you know, make them square. And anyway, okay, so now, whoops, I'm gonna do this the other way. Okay, now we're going to sew these together this way. Okay? Okay. And get you guys lined up. Get that nested in there. Okay. Now, let's do this way so that oops. Alrighty. Now, get this puppy sewn. Up, please. Alright, so what are you working on today? Are you sewing something? You gotta sew something. You gotta go get your stuff. Go get your stuff. It's a beautiful summer day and it's Friday. Oh. I was craving Friday this week. Craving it the way you crave a piece of chocolate. Totally ready for Friday to just unwind a little bit. Okay. All right. And see, out of one side of my mouth, I say, this is just not working. I just cannot get this. And then out of the other side of my mouth, I'm like, I can do this, for crying out loud. All right, now let's cut this with some intention. And I have not put the cover on yet. So we'll do that this afternoon and I'll let you guys see it. Okay, now let's, hey, that's kind of cute. Okay. Wow, that's really cute. Like earrings. Kind of a throwback to the 80s, maybe? They're not earrings. We're not going to make them into earrings. Okay, now, ruler. All right, we're starting with the green up. Okay, block lock. And we're going to slide that. There we go. Okay, there we go. See, it's made me question everything that I know and do. Okay, so I put the there's two lines on a block lock. So I'll show you in a second. I don't want to pick this up. So I put the line that is the correct line, the top line, okay, on my center line, and I moved it until I hit 3.5 up in the top left-hand corner, 3.5 up here, and 3.5 down here, okay? 3.5. Thanks for moving on me. I appreciate that. Okay, 3.5. Okay, now I think I'm supposed to flip it this way. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. 3.5. Go get a glass of champagne. But don't drink it yet. Three inches. It's not 3.5. It's like 3.25. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It's supposed to be 3.5 inches across each side, right? All right, let's see. Okay, now I'm using the one that's not the block lock. I'm just using a regular ruler. And I found the little 45 intersection right down there. So I put that on the center. It's over here to 3.5. Cut. Close your eyes if you can't bear me cutting this way. It's 3.5. Okay, let's just do one side at a time. Okay. Okay, 3.5. Crap. Angela, change your blades! What? Okay. Okay, 45, 3.5. And now, I guess I have to do it one more time because I still have one side that's too big. 45. 3. Now suddenly the whole thing is 3 inches again. Okay, I'm going to go back and watch some more tutorials. Wait a minute, am I cutting too many sides? Am I not supposed to cut all 4 sides again? know, it's like watching a fire, isn't it? Okay. I can't swivel it, so don't get mad at me. I'm doing something wrong. I mean, obviously. I think we've all established that. Okay, that's okay. I had fun being in the sewing room because I always have fun being in the sewing room with you. But unfortunately, this was not probably riveting TV for today, just because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm putting my ruler on. So I have my shape like this. I'm putting my ruler on, you know, on the 45, on the center line. Moving it over until I get to 3.5. And then I see whatever, you know, and I cut whatever's here. And then I'm turning it, right? Put the ruler back on. Go to the 35. Go to the 3.5 and cut. And I'm just not ending up with, like, this is the closest one and it's 3.25. 3.25, 3.25, 3.25, 3.25. Okay. Well, I'll try this one again tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. I can't do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to sew a Doggie bandana pillow. We're going to start that. So we'll do that this weekend and sew the butterfly quilt so we can get it done and move on to the petals. Okay, everybody. Have a fantastic evening. Have a fabulous Saturday morning. Sleep in. Have a cup of coffee. Look at some patterns. Sew something. Do something for yourself. It makes all the difference. But when you're doing that, remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share.